Now, on my holiday in Thailand, something embarrassing happened while I was on this railway station here. You can see the seats, the chairs are already in a kind of railway fashion, put down in the hall. But I was sitting up on the side where they had some restaurants restaurants, just coffee shops, and I was having breakfast. And there were a lot of tourists on that side, and at 8 o'clock, what you have to know about the railway system there, that it is a state railway system, so they serve the king better than they serve the customer. The way you can, I noticed that is that when I arrived on my journey, the person trying to find people to stay in his hotel said, "Oh, yesterday the train was 4 hours late." And it often is delayed. And I can attest. I was sitting in the back of the train, and there was an awful noise coming from the bottom of the train, where something was dangling along the train, something metal, which was banging into the bottom of the train compartment, and the train employees didn't seem the least worried about it. So yeah, they get their money from, not in a voluntary way from the customers, but in a roundabout, involuntary way through the government. And so that's what they serve. So at 8 o'clock, music started coming out of some speakers, and some uniformed railway employees started standing in front of the portrait of the king. And I thought, wow, that is a pitiful job if you were in such a situation, making a fool of yourself every day at 8 o'clock. And I was fumbling a bit with my camera, and then I looked up again, and I wanted to take a picture, of course, but then I saw that everyone was standing up in the hall, and I still didn't realize. I thought, oh, all these Thai have to stand up for the king, and that is really a pity if you're in such a situation. And to pay tribute to a guy who puts his pants on just the way as you do, just because basically there's a threat of violence behind it. And then I looked a bit more careful, and I noticed that even all the tourists were standing up. All the foreign tourists, the Dutch, Americans, they were all standing up in front to pay tribute to the king. And I looked around me, and I'm in amazement to see if everyone was standing up. And I looked behind me, and there was a woman standing there in a uniform and with a badge, and she summoned me to stand up as well. And the embarrassing thing is that here I am with my consistent theories of morality and anarchism, and that no human being should be violently coerced by another human being. And I was standing up. It was amazing, and it is so scaring if you see that everyone is standing up and you're the only one who's not, and you're being told to stand up. It is just, then you think, well, it's only 10 seconds standing up, it's better safe than sorry, you don't want any trouble. And of course I was never been in real trouble. I mean, what do they do against a tourist who doesn't stand up before the king? I don't think you're in any real danger. But I had to think of this Milgram's experiments. You probably heard of them, of people having to apply electric shock to other people who give the wrong answers to questions, and when there's a person of authority standing behind them says you do so, then they went really beyond their own limits, and most of them actually went up to the deadly electric shock. And I was thinking of that I always thought, and I think many of you who heard this thing, would never happen to me, you cannot bully me into this stuff. but it was just instantaneously. It's so scaring if you're the only one who can easily be singled out, who's sticking out like a sore thumb. And later I thought I go back to this railway station some other day. I'm in Bangkok at 8 o'clock and I'm gonna sit there, and now I'm prepared, and but of course that's a bit silly. It's just the surprising experience that it is that it instantaneously happened. It was just, I was standing before I knew it. So yeah, it's kind of not my finest moment, but yeah, thought I'd like to share it with you. Feel free to rate and comment.